Okay, so today we are going to show you the new instant coffee brewers that we now have in stock. These are free trade coffees that are basically packaged in the country of Denmark. It's called Grower's Cup Coffee, similar to the Grower's Tea that we reviewed previously. We have 3 different coffee kinds in stock. We have the Ethiopia coffee, the Bolivia coffee, and the Honduras coffee. So today we are trying to see what these are really like and how the coffee brewers work and how they taste. Each of these pouches contains a filter with coffee and actually brews the coffee right in the pouch. Each pouch requires 300 milliliters of water or close to 1.25 cups. So we've already boiled the water, it's hot. We're going to start brewing each of these and give you a taste test shortly. Okay, so we're letting our coffees brew. It takes about 3 to 6 minutes after adding the hot water and sealing the pouch to let the coffee brew. We're going to do a kind of a blind taste test on these today, comparing the 3, plus comparing them to the Taster's Choice freeze-dried coffee. We do offer the Taster's Choice in the case of 80 packs and 10 packs of the individual sticks. So we're doing this blind taste test, and each of us has grabbed one of each of the 4 coffees that we're trying. We don't know which ones these are. They're all mixed up. We're going to basically do a sip of each, and then we're going to put them in our favorite order, and we're going to see what the results are.
Okay, so start off.
This should be interesting because I'm not a coffee drinker at all.
Okay. And John's on the phone, and his are right there, and he's going to try them when he gets back. Okay. Okay, we're all going to try them. Everybody start trying them. Okay. Okay, John is off of the telephone, so he's going to try his. Now the deal is, John, there are 4 kinds. Don't look at the bottom. Okay. Try them and then arrange them by most favorite to least favorite, and then we're going to compile the data. Okay.
Oh, he's like smelling his. He's being serious.
Oh, I know. I know. Okay. So I'm going to just turn this off until he's done checking these out.
Really similar to me. They're very similar.
He is being the connoisseur, isn't he?
I know. He's taking this like more seriously than any of us did. We were just like sip, 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 and he's like swirling it and smelling it and sipping it and then tasting the other one. About what? That tastes like soap?
Yeah.
I don't like coffee. It tastes like, I have my little disposable coffee cup here with my creamer already in it, so I can actually choke it down for some caffeine.
That's not true. You like coffee, you just don't like black coffee. You like flavored coffee.
I like flavored half cream coffee.
Okay, so I'm not a fan of any of these because none of these are strong enough for me. They're all kind of watered down, and you can kind of tell by looking at the color. There's just not enough flavor. John said it's not robust enough.
Yeah, we're
the term you use.
We're Northwesterners. We're coffee snobs here in the Northwest. We like our, the home of Starbucks and all that. So wheat coffee doesn't really cut it for us, but I think these 3 taste good.
Okay, Jenny, you have all the data. Let's talk about this. What's the number 1?
Well, out of the 5 of us, there's only 2 people had the same number 1. And the funniest thing is, it was the Taster's Choice. And both Brian and Janet thought the Taster's Choice was the best coffee.
Well, the best out of
the 4 we tried.
Poorly brewed coffee, I'd say that was the best.
However,
it's like if you're eating mud, which dirt pile is going to taste better.
However, John, Jenny, and I both agreed that the Taster's Choice was the worst coffee. So,
I guess
so take all of this with, I guess, a grain of salt.
or coffee bean.
Okay, so
large.
let's go to the least favorite.
Once-
What happened with the least
The least favorite was the Taster's Choice, and that was John, Jessica, and I each hated the Taster's Choice.
Okay,
What is the other? What is?
not everybody though.
Not everybody. You did not like the Ethiopian. Janet did not care for the Honduras. Now, the funny thing is, once again, we all have different palates. I don't drink coffee, so this was really, really evident to me which one I liked. I don't really have anything to compare it to, other than when they bring me back Hawaiian coffee. That's the only time that I will welcome and ask for a cup of coffee.
But we brew it really thick and dark, don't we?
You brew it really thick and dark. I don't make it that thick and dark in the Keurig. Remember, I have my little K-cup. So, my favorite, I enjoyed the Ethiopian, which was not on anybody's top one, except for John had it number 2, I had it number 1, Jess had it number 3, Brian had it number 4, and Janet had it number 3.
I had it least favorite, right?
Yes,
Mine was
number
number
four.
4. And you didn't like it either, right?
The Ethiopia or
Yes.
the Honduras?
Oh, I'm
Ethiopia
sorry, the
was
Ethiopian.
The Ethiopia was 3. The Honduras was
four.
the,
Okay,
was
well,
4.
those two were pretty close.
Yeah.
You could 3 and 4.
Jess had the Honduras as number 1 for
Because
her.
it tasted the least coffee-y. It was
I get
very weak, so I liked it more.
I guess you can take what you want out of this data. I think the coffee drinkers are gonna try some of the coffee that's maybe brewed a little longer and give you a better opinion. I don't care to try any of it anymore. I'm gonna go make a cup of tea. But it's, as you know, we all like things differently. There's very unanimously, the Taster's Choice was the best and the favorite. So it got the most first place votes and the most third place votes. So take it from there.
Well, I'd like to interject a little bit. This is not something that I would drink on a daily basis at all. I'm like Brian. We like the dark, robust, flavorful coffee. However, there is an advantage to these when the good, dark, robust Kona coffee isn't available. In the case of maybe camping, we don't have a Keurig when we go camping. I don't know, maybe some people do. I think this is better than, coffee grounds in, a saucepan with water for sure. This is much better than cowboy coffee, and I've had that before. And that's really strong.
With eggshells.
Cowboy coffee.
With the old eggshell method.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
Back, years ago, that's seriously. We've done that before camping. So, if somebody needs a little bit of coffee when they're out in the wilderness on a trek, this is probably going to taste pretty good because it's coffee. It's not going to be ideal. So if you don't have a Keurig and a little generator when you're backpacking out into the backcountry, these might be a good idea. That's just my put on it.
And they're very lightweight. And if you, like Jenny and myself, prefer tea to coffee, the same company makes tea, which
I think
we did an earlier
Yeah.
review of, but it's very light. It's a really cool idea, that it just brews right in the bag.
And they're reusable bags as well. You can actually reuse these. You can add your own coffee to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you open it up, you could just pour out the actual grounds.
And put in Kona. We could put Kona coffee in there.
And that
Dude.
should be a taste test. We should try reusing these bags with our good coffee just to see how well it brews. That's definitely an option. And coffee is light. It's lightweight. So anyway, that's my take. I don't like them. I'm surprised I like Taster's Choice. I'm really surprised. But anyway, that's it. Other than not,
You never
not
know.
having the best taste.
You never know. I have a little piece of information that our coffee drinking people might want to know. One of the things I learned recently was that caffeine has a low vapor point or low boiling point. So you don't actually want to brew coffee with the water boiling. You want it to be under boiling. You want it to be hot but not boiling because If it's too hot, you burn the caffeine off and you lose your jolt.
Huh.
Who wants that?
And who wants to lose the jolt?
That's what I drink coffee for.
Today we learned at the Epicenter that coffee just sucks.
That's just
It's just not a good thing.
awful. Oh, my
Which
God.
one?
I tried the Bolivia again. That's just, I'm sorry. The more I taste this, let's just throw this out and put some good Kona coffee in there and rebrew it. And let's see how it works. Because I really love this concept of this coffee brewer. I think that's the
They
draw.
also have other flavors that we did not get in stock.
I don't think we're going to.
Okay, but wait. Interesting fact. The Bolivia coffee is the best selling
Yes.
so far. We've had a lot of people buy the Bolivia.
I'm sorry.
I think that's because
I'm really sorry.
I think that's because of the movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. That's where they end up in Bolivia.
Oh.
Drinking coffee.
So I think that our customers,
coffee or whiskey or tequila?
they're probably drinking whiskey. But there's the big shootout at the end. I think that our customers have a subconscious connection with Bolivia because of that movie, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
The only thing I remember is something about a girl on a bicycle. Is that the right movie?
And that's the Paul Anka song, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. I'm not going to sing it. Don't make me sing it.
Mom. In addition to our interesting coffee taste test, we decided to reuse one of the bags. This is from our mail lady. It's made here in Eugene, Oregon, just up the street, and she gave us a huge sample for us to try. So we're going to try it out now in a reused coffee bag.
So you just rinse this out,
I
got
rinsed-
the coffee grounds out. Okay.
Yep, I rinsed the thing out. So, as a measure, because this holds 2 cups of coffee, we're using a little Keurig pod
Aha.
to measure it out.
Okay.
If you don't have that, I don't know how much this is. So,
Okay. Okay, so you're going to do that. And basically you're duplicating what we do over here with our Keurig and our K cups.
yeah.
Right? This is a coffee that we really like, and this happens to be a dark roast?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well,
What we did is we put 2 K-cups worth of the ground coffee, our own ground coffee, and 600 milliliters, double the water, in this bag. In this bag, we used the same coffee, 1.5 K-cups, and only 300 milliliters of water, which was originally called for with the Growers Cup coffees. So we're going to taste test both of these and see if us coffee snobs can get a little bit better coffee out of this, to show that these are reusable coffee brewing bags. So here we go.
It's Oregon. We're coffee snobs. That's just the way it is out here. All right.
oh, now that's what I'm talking about right here. This tastes really decent.
Much better. I love the flavor of French roast. Maybe it's the coffees themselves that is the issue.
I don't like coffee.
Well, put your creamer in it.
I'm out.
Oh, here's Jenny. Jenny's.
It's coffee.
Okay. Well, this is French roast, right?
It's still coffee.
Yeah, this is good. For people who like coffee, this is. I mean, what can we say? This is awesome coffee that we.
And this was given to us by the mail lady, and the coffee roaster is right up the street. So this is roasted in Eugene, Oregon. French roast. Cool. And what's the company called? I don't have my glasses on.
Equator Coffee Company.
Okay. Well,
I would put this on my Lucky Charms with Bailey's.
Oh, definitely with Bailey's. This is good coffee, but Bailey's would definitely make it some good coffee, huh?
there's Jenny going, no, don't like this.
How about just the Bailey's, huh?
I'll just take the Lucky Charms.
I usually have some cream in my coffee,
Does anybody else want to try?
but I
Yeah.
can tell the difference between good black coffee and black coffee that's just not up to snuff.
And you like this one?
This is amazing coffee. Yeah.
And this is what is so awesome about these little coffee bags. The coffee is filtered right in the bag, and you get no coffee grounds coming out of the spout. There is a little bit of residual coffee at the bottom of the cups, but that doesn't deter it for me. It's all about the coffee.
Okay, I see a little debris in yours. Okay.
If you like mix it around, it kind of goes away. It's like coffee syrup. I don't know why I'm trying this.
This could brew a little bit longer. Same coffee, just a different strength.
Yeah.
Don't you think it could brew a little bit longer?
Yeah. It kind of looks like what we're finding is that the standard traditional coffee brew just calls for more water than the way we do it around here. A stronger brew. We put tons of grounds in our brewers, in our coffee makers, and not as much water, and we make it thick and dark and tasty. And this just seems to call for a little bit more water than we're used to. So we think that maybe this will work out well if you just use a little bit less water than it tells you to use. It'll be more flavorful.
Well, that's about it for the Epicenter.com. I'm Epicenter Brian, signing out.